All right, Clark. It's time for you to speed run, giving us everything that we need to know before.
Oh yeah, what's the story? I have no idea what's going on.
Speed run through everything.
Yeah.
Come on.
Throw it all
Once
out
upon
there.
a time, there was an island. Some shit blew up, right?
Yeah.
So some people came and discovered this island, right? And they're like, yeah, we should imprison some people here. So they imprisoned the people for like centuries. You know, shit was crazy. And then one day, 7 people from that prison got out, right? They're like, oh shit, man, some people got out. It's just fucking crazy. So then those 7 people decided to build a beta. Oh shit.
He interrupted your story. Go ahead.
Yeah, Origin, shut the fuck up. Anyway, like I was saying. So anyway, the 7 people were like, hey, bro, we should build a base on the moon. They're like, lit, let's do it. So they fucking build the base on the moon, right? So they're like vibing, right? And then what happens is like one day, like they find out, like they go back to the island, right? Because like, you know, one of them just like wants to vacation there, right? She's like, she's just, you know, she's just vibing. And she's like, yo, hey, there's just like giant glowy thing in the middle of this island shit that we were like in prison on. They're like, oh, really? Bet. They're like, hey, that seems pretty important. We should probably guard that shit. So she's like, okay, cool. So she's like vibing there and like guarding the shit. And so like, yeah, eventually like, you know, like what happens is like some monster pulls up, right? They're like, hey, he's like, hey, bro, like I'm about to fuck everything up. Like, I like everything. And she's like, nah. The monster's like, yeah. And she's like, nah. The monster's like, okay, bet. And she's like, okay, bet. So she's like, she goes back to her like 6 other friends, right? And she's like, hey, this monster thinks he's gonna like fuck up our turf. They're like, nah. And she's like, that's what I said. So she's like, okay, bet. So then like they make this like giant robot thing, right? Which looks like kind of like a transformer and like a fucking like Gundam like put together with like some Voltron pieces. Yeah, and then like they like. God damn it, Jonesy. Fucking interrupt my story. Anyway, as I was saying, so like, yeah, okay, bet. And so like they're like, yo, like what if we built like a giant fucking robot? And she's like, yeah, that's a great fucking idea. She's like, I could pilot that shit. They're like, can you really? She's like, yeah. They're like, okay, cool, bet. And so like they built this robot, right? And so then the monster pulls up. The monster's like, hey, yo, what's up? Like you said I wasn't gonna pull up, and I pulled up. So like I'm here. It's like, what's good? And then she's like, okay, well like we were waiting for you though. Like you're not impressive. And the monster's like, oh really? So like monster like low key like fucks her up, right? Like rips off her arm and shit. And like she like, you know, like for a second there, like she was like, you know, like being, you know, like she was in there, like she was 1-2 piecing them, right? But like the monster's like, nah, son, like I ain't going out like that. So the monster like started fucking her up. So she, right, the chick is piloting the robot, right? She like pulls a bitch move and like it's like, hey, I'm gonna grab this fucking circular donut looking thing from the middle of the mat. He's like, yo, this looks delicious. Like if I'm gonna have a last meal, like I'm gonna just try this real quick. Little did she know, like it actually like powered up the mech, right? And so like she squeezed it, and then like she's like, oh shit. God damn it.
Okay, continue.
All right, anyway, so like she fucking grabs the donut thing. She's like, okay, like this is like fucking supercharging my shit. And so it's like she punches the fucking robot, or sorry, the robot. She punches the fucking monster, and like stabs it through the head, and it's like GG's, and it's like over, right? But like she had to dip though, right? She had to dip though, right? Because you know she's like, all right, like man, like my shit's kind of fucked up. So like her friends were like, yo, like you kind of fucked up our shit. Like this was like $1 billion to make this giant robot. Like we took out a loan for this shit, and she's like, I mean, yeah, but like I won though. They're like, you right? So like, you know, they were kind of cool, but then they realized like, cause she squeezed the donut on the island, like shit just kind of fucked up. So they're like, oh man, like you kind of fucked everything up. She's like, damn, you're right. She's like, hey, I think I know how to fix it though. She's like, you know those giant like phallic looking rockets we got? They're like, yeah. They're like, hey, we can like push those through the donut. So like she shoots the rocket through the donut, right? And they're like, oh shit, this might actually fucking work, but we might lose our memories if we shoot it through the fucking donut. But she's like, it's all good. Like I'll see you on the other side and shit.
Nothing yet.
God damn it, Jonesy. Anyway, so they get the other side, right? And like she's like so like the fucking donut turns out, right? The donut like kind of like the source of the island, and so like the donut like made a whole new island, and so like the donut's not on the other side of this island, right? But like they're like, but everybody's like split up because you know like there's like a black hole and shit through the donut, so it's like a donut hole, you know? Yeah, it's like a donut hole. So like they went through this donut hole, right, into the other side of the island, and that's where shit starts really getting crazy, right? So then this one guy who like can turn shit to gold with his hands, right? Like he fucking goes and he makes this fucking like these pillars and shit, right, which push like the storm on the island back, and like it like fucks with the donut. and so like the donuts like the donuts in its feelings, right? Because the donuts has been fucked with. It's like I've been squeezed, bro. Like I've been like ripped apart and like pulled to another like fucking island. Like this shit's crazy. So the donut's like, yeah, fuck y'all. And so like the donut starts fucking up the map and like all the reality, and like. You know, the mother like 6 guys like they're just vibing, like they don't even like give a fuck. They're like, man, fuck reality, like, you know, this shit, like this the donut's gonna do it. Anyway, the donut's gonna do what the donut's gonna do, and you know they're just vibing. But this one guy named Jones, right? Like this Jones guy, like he comes out, bro. Right, check this out, right? He comes out, he's like, nah, fuck that. Like I'm gonna put a band-aid on the donut. But like I'm gonna need some help. So like he calls up like the main guy from those 7 guys, and he's like, hey, I need a band-aid on this donut. And the 7 guys like, I mean, like it's my day off, but like I'm not really doing shit, so I guess like I'll fucking help. So they put it's just the most stupid fucking stuff.
Should make this a YouTube video, just on
Yes.
Full Fortnite story explained. Should I keep going? Should I keep going?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, are y'all just fucking sitting
So interesting.
All right. Anyway, so like I was saying, right? So like, so he's like, hey, I need to put a band-aid on this donut. They're like, he's like, I mean, it's my day off, but I mean, all right, fuck it, like I ain't doing shit. So you know, like no hose or anything, so whatever. So anyway, so like they put a band-aid on this donut, right? But like the dude, the 7 guy gets. Excuse me, sir. Anyway, as I was saying, anyway, the one guy gets stuck in the band-aid, and he's like, hey, yo, like, I'm gonna need you to get me out this band-aid, because this shit's tight. He's like, and the Jones guy's like, okay, bet, like, I can do that, but, like, it's gonna take me a minute. And the 7 guy's like, bet, but hey, also, because you did this, like, you gotta get me to this guy named Geno, because, you know, Geno's like, he's like hella fucked up. And Jones is like, oh, I can do that. He's like, oh, and I also need you to get me to these sisters, because they're extra fine. Especially the one with the freckles, like she's like extra thick. All right, like they've been gone for a minute, and like I don't know where they're at, and they like low key owe me money. And Jones like, okay, bet, I got you, fam. So anyway, Jones like goes on his mission to like get the other guy out the donut, and like some aliens pop up, right? And like they start fucking with the donut, and the donut's like at this point the donut's like fucking done, bro. Like the donut's just tired of being fucked with. Like the donut's just fucking done, right? So like. The donut's like, man, like, am I gonna catch a fucking break? So anyway, these aliens, right? These aliens, like, they're like playing basketball with the donut and shit and shooting free throws, right? They call Kobe over. Kobe shooting fucking free throws, passing to LeBron. Like, they're using the fucking donut to shoot free throws, right? So fucking. How long were you looking for that emote?
Wow.
Hey, can I go back to tell my story, please?
Yeah, go back. Continue.
All right, my bad. Anyway, so as I was saying, bro. So like, all right, so like, the fucking. So anyway, so like, wait, where was I at? Hold on, aliens, basketball, LeBron. Okay, yeah. So anyway, so like the aliens are like being dickheads, bro. So the aliens are like, hey, bro, like, this island got like people on it and shit, and like everybody's like, okay, like the other aliens are like, okay, cool. So like, what do you want to do? Like the one alien's like, yo, bro, we should fuck with them. Like, hey, and the other alien's like, bro, like. What if the queen finds out? They're like, bro, the queen won't find out, bro. We're chilling. Like, it's fine, bro. Like, nothing could go wrong. So, like, excuse me, Jonesy, thank you. So, anyway, so as I was saying, bro, so, like, the aliens start fucking with people. Like, they start abducting them and shit. Like, they're not doing any crazy experiments. They know, like, the people on the island, like, fucking afraid of them and shit. But, like, they're just fucking with them, right? But then this one fine chick, right, on the island, like, she pops up, who it turns out it's like she's Jones's boss, right, bro? She fucking pops up, right, bro? And she's like, yo, like, these aliens are fucked up. Like, they gotta stop fucking abducting people for no reason. Like, what the, like I'm trying to watch Netflix, and, like, they're interrupting the broadband connection with the fucking, you know, the spaceship over my head. Like, this is fucking with my signal. So, like, so fucking just Sloan's like, all right, so check it out. She starts talking like to all the people on the island. She's like, oh, listen, we're gonna get like Superman and Rick and Morty, and they're gonna like help us out and do absolutely fucking nothing to like by the end of the shit. But like we're just gonna have them here just for like moral support and fucking motivation and shit. It's like Superman and fucking Rick and Morty and shit show up, right? And they're like vibing out, and like Morty's like, hey, Morty, hand me that thing over there, Morty. And Morty's like, oh, jeez, Rick, I don't know, this isn't a good idea. And he's like, Morty, listen, just hand me the thing, and like that goes on for like, bro. What was it? As I was saying, anyway, that goes on for like 3 months, right? Okay, so then So after all that shit, like Morty and like Rick and Superman, they like disappear, like in that, like nobody knows what the fuck they went, so they're like gone, right? Anyway, so like fucking the Sloan chick, right? Like she, like Jones's boss, like she goes, right, and she's like, yo, like we're gonna like take these bombs and like put them on the ship, you know, because they're fucking with the donut and the people on the island. And we were all like, bet, right? So all the people on the island were like, yo, bet, all right, so we're gonna go. So like they go on the ship, right? And like they take they sneak some bombs on and shit. And they're like, yo, what's up, aliens? The aliens are like, yo, bro, like what the fuck you doing on our ship? They're like, yo, we're here. And they're like, okay, and what are you gonna do about it? They're like, huh, watch, fam. So like these bombs are about to go off in the ship, right? And the crazy part is like Sloan, like she was supposed to let us out, but like she didn't let us out. And so like the bombs are about to go off, so we're like, oh shit. But then like this cube, right? This cube pops up out of nowhere and turns blue and shit. Like the bombs don't go off, and everybody's like, oh holy shit, like we saved or some shit. And then like everybody like
backups, alarms, tripwire. If I didn't know better, I'd say this is Sloan's handiwork.
Good. We have unfinished business.
The Rock.
The Rock.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, as I was saying, so anyway, we get out that room with the cube, right? And then like we end up in a room with like a bunch of other cubes. But, like these cubes are like extra mean, bro. Like these cubes are haters, bro. Like you talk about haterade, like bro, they got all the hate, bro. Like they feel like your worst hater, bro, and then like ramp it up to like 11, bro. Like this shit was crazy, bro. Anyway, so like there's like we're in a room full of hater ass cubes, right? And so like the blue cube like disappears and some shit, and we're around all these like hater ass purple cubes and shit, bro. And like the bombs go off and the shit blows up, and the aliens are like, fuck, bro, like I thought you said like nothing bad would happen. And the other aliens like, bro, like I thought we were straight, bro, but these humans like they kind of fucked us up, bro. Like maybe we shouldn't have been like abducting them and shit. So like we all fall into the island with all these cubes and shit, right? And then like this their queen pops up. She's like, hey yo, who the fuck blew up my ship, bro? That was a Mercedes.
This whole total destruction thing doesn't feel like Sloan to me. She does whatever it takes to win, but hey, she's not a monster.
Sloan's
That's kinda
never been in
important.
charge.
Hold on.
Sloan's
Wait.
never been in charge.
Seriously mean that.
Geno. It's always been Geno.
Oh, I told you I get you, Geno, so you're welcome.
What?
Oh,
Okay.
Geno.
Oh,
Oh.
shit! Oh, it's getting
That's
good.
beside the point. Okay.
I'm getting hype.
Anyway, as I was saying, so sorry about the story. Anyway,
We only have
so
20
like,
minutes left. Hurry up.
so shut up, bro. I'm getting there. Anyway, so like this queen, right? She pops up out of this cube, right? And it's like a gold cube because she's extra bougie and shit, bro. So like she pops out this gold cube. She's like, yo, who the fuck blew up my spaceship? Like that was the least, bitch. Like I was a Mercedes S-class fucking spaceship, and we were like, I mean, maybe you shouldn't have been abducting us and shit. And she's like, nah, fuck that. I'm taking your whole island. And I'm fucking with your donuts. So she like goes over the part where like the donut's at, right? And like she starts fucking with the donut, like taking energy from the donut. And the donut, like, bro, I'm telling you, like the donut, I feel bad for.
That confirms our suspicions. Imagined order forces appear to be preparing for an all-hands evacuation.
They can prepare all they want, but there's no escaping what's to come.
Oh wow.
Oh.
The Foundation's not playing.
Oh.
The Foundation's like, nah, fuck that. You're all dying. You're all dead. It's a wrap.
I love how The Rock actually voices it too.
Calm down, bro. Put your dick away, bro.
I'm
Pull your
sorry.
pants
It
back
just came out. I gotta put it away. Hold on.
All right, let the man finish. Let the man finish.
Anyway, that's what I was saying. So anyway, bro. So like, okay, sorry. Hear me out. All right. So, so yeah. So bro, I feel bad for the donut at this point because the donut is about like being fucked with. But anyway, so turns out, right? So remember that guy I told you about, that Foundation guy who's like the 7 guy, right? So like so turns out like when he got put in the Band-Aid, he was actually on vacation and like he teleported and he was chilling with Batman. So him and Batman were like vibing in Gotham. He was like, yo, Batman, like you got hoes? And Batman's like, bro, I got all the hoes. And like, and Foundation's like, bet. So they were like hanging out with Catwoman and Poison Ivy and shit, bro. They're having like a great time. And all of a sudden, like the Batman Who Last popped up.
Generators marked and accounted for. We're gonna make this a big old walk in the park.
That's where I'm gonna strangle this motherfucker. Okay, go.
Anyway, as I was saying. So anyway, so the Batman Who Last pops up, right? He's like, nah, bro, like you didn't invite me to the party. Like, nah, bro, 'cause you're weird. And he's like, nah, fuck that. Like you should have invited me. And they're like, nah, we can't, nah. Like, bro, you're like, look what you're wearing, dog. Like, you fucking got skinny jeans and like and boots on, bro. Like, who does that? It's like, it's not 2011, bro. Like, we don't rock that outfit no more. He's like, nah, bro, I'm bringing it back. And Batman's like, nah, fuck that. Like, bro, like you're not in, bro. Like, you can't be here. He's like, no, okay, well, bet. And so like he's like, okay, well, you're not gonna fucking let me have a party. Well, I'm gonna ruin yours. So like he grabs like the foundation and like he throws him through the donut. So they go to the donut, right? And now they're on the island with the donut. And the foundation's like, oh, fuck, bro, that vacation was lit, but this guy just fucking ruined it. And it's like, where'd he go? He's like, oh fuck, fucking Batman Who Laughs disappeared, bro. So he's like vibing on the island, right? He's like, oh shit, well, he's like, I'm here. Well, fuck, oh shit, Jonesy promised me Geno and shit, so I should probably go find him and the sisters because they're thick, right? So he fucking finds Jonesy, right? And like Jonesy like is being like in some BDSM shit with like Dr. Sloan. And he walks, he's like, whoa, shit, is this a bad? Anyway, so he says, right, like, hey, is this a bad time? Like, did I interrupt something, fam? And Jonesy's like, nah, bro, it's just a Tuesday. Like, it's what we do here at the headquarters. He's like, oh shit, my bad. But hey, bro, like you trying to leave? Cause like I'm trying to find the sisters and shit. He's like, oh yeah, bro, fam, bet. And so like Sloan's like, but we weren't done. And Jonesy's like, well, he's like, I am though. So like. But Sloan's like, I didn't finish. He's like, but I did though. And so like Jonesy leaves and like Sloan's mad. And so like Jonesy and like the foundation like they leave, and then turns out like Sloan's like going batshit crazy because like she's like some crazy ex or some shit. And so like Jonesy's like, hey bro, we should fucking flip the map. He's like, and foundation's like, bro, that's lit. Like we should totally do that. I haven't been to like the other side in a minute. And so like he calls up his boys, like the scientist and the fucking the visitor, bro. And they're like, hey.
Box. My shipping is here.
You just interrupt the story?
Bro, shut the fuck up.
No one cares about your box. Let the man finish the story. Okay, go ahead.
As I was saying, so anyway, so like scientists and visitor pop up. They're like, hey, like y'all need a map flipped, and foundation's like, yeah. And anyway, so like the foundation's like, okay, bet. And so Jonesy's like, bet. And so they're like, okay, we're gonna flip this shit. And so like the map starts flipping, and then like plot twist, the Cube Queen, right? Like she was about to fuck everything up, right? And like everybody totally forgot about her, right? She's just fucking up shit and like just making everybody's life a living hell. But like she's fucking up everything, right? And then turns out, plot twist, she's afraid of water, right?
Oh.
She's like, yo, I didn't bring my floaties and I never learned how to swim. So like the map gets flipped over, right? But like into water and shit. And so like the map like is submerged in water, but it's like flipped over, and turns out like the donut like didn't like just create like a new map, bro. Like it kind of split the map in half and made two maps. And like, bro, like there's like two islands and shit like through the donut. And so now we're on like the other side of the donut map. And bro, shit's crazy. So anyway, so now we're on like the others, they're like on the flip side of the donut map, right? And so like they're all vibing and shit. And like Jonesy's chilling there with like the foundation's like, hey bro, y'all are kind of cool. Like, can I vibe with y'all for a little bit and kick it? And foundation's like, bro, bet. He's like, yo, where the sisters at? He's like, bro, I'm on it, bro. I got you, my guy. Like we
got your back.
Anyway, so like he's like, bro, we can vibe out right now. He's like, okay, bet. So like he's like, okay, let's kick it. So Jonesy's like, hey yo, bro, like on scale of 1 to 10, like how fine are the sisters? He's like, bro. Foundation's like, bro, listen. He's like, you ever seen the Wendy's logo? He's like, yeah. He's like, bro, imagine like one of them was like the Wendy's logo, but like cuter. And Jonesy's like, bro, I've had a crush on the Wendy's logo for a minute, fam. That's lit. He's like, bro. He's like, hey, look, man. Like, you find him, bro. I'll introduce you, bro. I'll hook you up. I got you, bro. I'll get you in there. He's like, okay, facts. So anyway, so turns out, right? Like while they're like Jonesy and the Seven are like vibing, turns out, bro, the whole time Sloan is still mad because she's trying to get Jonesy back. And so like she's like, nah, fuck that. I'm bringing like the whole force of my army to get some D, right? And so she gets drills and shit, and she like takes it to the map. She starts like a whole ass fucking war. And Jonesy's like, hey yo, what the fuck, like bro, like what are you doing? Like we're vibing over here. And she's like, yo, you ain't going. I didn't fit. Like you ain't going to just leave me like that. Like you ain't call her nothing. He's like, we weren't nothing. She's like, I'm trying to figure out like what you're trying to do. And Jonesy's like, I'm not trying to do nothing with you. Like I'm trying to live my best life.
I think it's time I get my own 70 name. No. Just stay with me. What about infiltrator or the hunter? Oh, the legend.
You want me to call you the legend?
Oh, so we got one book for the legend. Great. Yeah, we'll come back to it.
That's hilarious. Anyway, as I was saying, see this already proves my story right now. They're vibing. Anyway, so as I was saying, so like they're like, so she's like, what are we? And Jonesy's like, we're nothing. Like I was just there to hit it and quit it. Like if ejaculate and evacuate, you know, like I'm done. Like it wasn't nothing special. She's like, wow, that's how you really feel? He's like, yeah. Like, I'm hanging out with my friends. Like, can you like leave? She's like, no. He's like, okay, well, this is awkward because like I'm not leaving either. So like, what are we gonna do here? She's like, I'm gonna start a war. He's like, wait, what? And so like she starts a war, right? And she starts tearing up shit. And so like the seven and like the foundation and shit, like they're all vibing and they're like, bro, like she's fucking up the whole vibe. So we gotta like figure this shit out. He's like, all right, well, I mean, like we could like try to retaliate or some shit. And he's like, okay, well, let's fucking do it. So like they start going to war with Sloan, and while that's going on,
Origin,
like.
I need your help. We're pinned down, outnumbered 10 to 1 and low on ammo. I need you to find us a way. Oh, actually, hang
What
on.
is happening?
Foundation is, yeah, we're good.
Wait, hold on a second.
Sounds like they're on the island right now.
No, but not just that. That's, you know, where the season trailer for this started. Remember the season 3 trailer for the war theme, or the season 2 trailer. That's what's happening right now.
Oh.
That's what's going on right. That what was going on there. That's what's happening right now. Anyway, as I was saying, guys, let me get back to my story. Anyway, so to wrap the story up, so they're fighting Sloan and shit, right? And things are getting crazy. And then like Jonesy went off on his own. He's like, hey, bro, like I found the sisters. And he's like, yo, real talk, like one of them's like extra fine. Like you told me, like the Wendy's girl, bro. Like I'm trying to clap. And the Foundation's like, bro, I can help you. And so like Foundation goes over to like the Wendy's girl. Her name's like the Imagined or some shit. And he's like, hey, my boy's trying to holler. And she's like, oh no, I'm not into guys like that. And he's like, nah, bro, but for real, like he's a real one. Like he's got money and shit.
This was a stealth mission.
They're quiet now.
I mean, that's true, but
What?
nothing.
Anyway, as I was saying. Anyway, so she's like, no, I'm not into guys like that. And he's like, nah, but like he's a real one. Like he's really dope. And she's like, okay, like I'll give him a shot. And so like Foundation's like, hey, bro, like we've been doing this war for a minute, and like I feel like everybody needs to blow off some steam. Like we almost like won this shit. Like let's throw a party, right? He's like, okay, bet. And so like Jonesy and the Imagine like they go to this party, right? And like she like wasn't feeling him at first, but like they started vibing, and like Jonesy like he got in there, you know, he was feeling her. Like they're kind of like like Jonesy said he would never fall in love, but like he low key caught feelings, right? The Imagine like she wasn't really feeling him at first, but like they kind of got a little thing, right? So anyway, fast forward. Turns out like Sloan was like being an extra dickhead, and so like she took the donut, right, and she built like a giant thing like dildo over the donut, and the donut's just like, bro, like are you kidding me? Like how many more times am I gonna get penetrated? Like this is ridiculous. And Sloan's like, yo, listen, donut, like I feel for you, but like I you gotta let this happen. Like I gotta get my man back. And the donut's like, okay, like I don't really have a choice.
We're good to move.
You disabled the backup generators?
Got all 3.
All 4.
Yep, all 4. Just 1 second.
That's a new gun.
Good.
It sounded like a new gun.
Anyway, it did, didn't it? Anyway, as I was saying. So anyway, so Sloan builds this thing called the collider over the donut, bro. And like it shoots like it shoots stuff out like every 16 minutes, bro, or some shit. It's crazy. Anyway, so like the collider is taking like energy from the 0 point donut thing, and it's like, bro, it's fucking wild. And so yeah, they had to call this one chick called the Paradigm, who kind of fell out with everybody. The chick from earlier, like she kind of left because they didn't fuck with her anymore, because she was like talking shit about people and like, you know, being extra, and so they kicked her out. But like they kind of need her to like pilot this fucking mech and shit that we're in right now, and that's kind of like where we're at. So yeah, it's like the whole story. So yeah, caught up.
Round of applause. Round of applause. Where's the clap emote? Where's the clap emote?
Oh yeah, sorry. Do we need sound effects?
Yep.
We need sound effects.
I got you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
W story.